love this item. 100,000 condoms have been given out to the athletes in the Olympic Village. 100,000 condoms. Did I miss something? Is Charlie Sheen at the Olympics? Joining me now to discuss the salacious details are Chris Harrison, host of ABC's The Bachelor, Annabelle Gurwitch, actress and author of You Say Tomato, I Say Shut Up, A Love Story. That's a good title. And comedian Danny Boy, whose one-hour special is coming soon to Comedy Central. Welcome.
Thanks.
What do you make of all this? Why are they giving out 100,000 condoms? You're the expert from The Bachelor show.
I've been married for 16 years. What's that like? What do they do with those things anyway? Look, you have the most beautiful, talented, athletic people in the world. They lock them in the village for a month. What do you think they're going to do? Of course they need 100,000 condoms.
Well, I have a theory about this. You know, I think it's actually a great act of compassion because, you know, these athletes have trained to do one thing their entire career. They might need some practice. It works out to about 14 condoms per athlete. We don't let them compete without a trial run, a practice run. This is what they're for. They got to practice a little.
Dan, do you think they have sex before or after their event?
I don't know what it is. What is it with the Winter Olympics and latex? They seem to be dressed as giant condoms anyway, so I don't know how much more protection they could possibly need.
Well, do you think that they're doing it before they had to go to do the event? Because aren't boxers supposed to not have sex?
Well, a lot of athletes do. They abstain.
Yeah.
You have to try and harness that power.
Well, also, you know, what's the guy's name? Scott Lagos, the one who
Scotty Lago.
Scotty Lago, right? Now, he was thrown out. I actually think he should take away his bronze and give him a gold, because by getting thrown out of the Olympic Village, he's going to get laid more, which is what you want when you're 23 years old.
Now, you know, speaking of him, look at this photo we have of him getting frisky with a fan. See that? Take a look. He apologized.
Imagine if he'd won gold.
I know, exactly. What do you get for a gold medal? That was for a bronze.
That was bronze.
23. He's 23 years old. This explains it all. All you do is say the age. That's it.
But isn't the Olympic Committee sending mixed messages about sex? I mean, they're supposed to be a squeaky clean event.
Do you know, I watched the...
or do we care?
I watched the men's figure skating, and I don't think unwanted pregnancies is a concern.
You don't?
No.
You think the condoms are...
I don't know if you've seen the costumes, but...
they're very, how shall we say, flamboyant.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
I think I'd be more concerned about running out of Campari.
Wait a minute, you watched that event.
I did watch it. Watching men's figure skating.
Well, look, to be honest with you...
Well, they're fascinating to watch, and they're highly skilled.
Are they?
The figure skaters, you ever see the spins that they do? My God.
I can't get excited about it. I try to, but I can't.
Now, let's talk about this group. The brother and sister ice skating pair, Sinead and John Kerr, have been making some people cringe. Look at these pictures. I mean, these are brothers and sisters.
Okay, Lori, this speaks to the double standard we have in our society.
About incest?
No. Well, yes. If they were sisters and they were twins...
Oh, yeah, we'd
get higher ratings in the Super Bowl. Yes, we would love that. We love to see sisters
As long as
together.
he has a condom on that was given by the IOC, I think it's okay.
That's disgusting.
He may have 14 condoms on.
We're talking about siblings here, but I think it's a little bit respect. Speaking of strange behavior between siblings, like those two skaters, Angelina Jolie is in the news. Remember that makeout session she had with her brother?
Right at the Oscars.
That was very risque at the Oscars. You know, well, Jolie and her father, John Voight, are reconciling after years of not speaking. And you can tell this reconciliation is real because she tattooed his name on her neck. Not kidding. Okay, Voight is a bit of a loose cannon, John Voight, and they haven't spoken for years. I think it has to do with his politics. He's very much the right-winger, and she hates that. So, what do you think? Do you think that they can get together?
Well, you know, we don't know what actually has been said, why they even got together. I mean, which is surprising because there is so much press around her. It's amazing there's not a camera inside her vagina monitoring whether she's pregnant right this minute because they're all over her, right?
I know.
But first of all, this
don't you think they ask for it, she and Brad Pitt? They kind of like it.
They do, but meanwhile, this meeting took place in Venice, Italy, and I think that has a lot to do why they're together because has anyone in the history of the world ever gotten a call saying, would you meet me in Italy, in Venice?
Can't make it.
No, and said, no, can't go.
Oh, I see.
So, I mean, it's just, he came because it's Venice, but maybe he's trying to get her to say she'll work the Chabad telethon.
The Chabad?
The Chabad. The Chabad he's really big on the Chabad telethon.
Do you really think it's the politics? You think it's because he's conservative and she's so liberal?
What do you think is the reason?
I don't know. I mean, I hope they get back together. I know they've been estranged, but it's interesting. Like, do you think really politics would drive a father-daughter apart so much?
It could, if you're really committed to one position or the other. And he's very, very radical to the right.
Yeah.
And I don't think she is at all.
Well,
also, wasn't there some skirmish with her mother and him? And the mother died recently. Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe she figures he's going to die soon.
Wait, isn't it kind of amazing we're talking about them? I mean, aren't we doing what they want us to do? If we're saying that they seek out this kind of press,
so what?
We're doing that.
The terrorists have already
We
won?
like it. We want to talk about them. Everybody seeks out the press, and we just have a show.
But don't you know?
We just want to do it.
No, but don't
Just
you
like
think?
to point out, I'm not talking about it. I don't.
Do you even know who they are?
I barely know who they are.
I mean,
I know Angelina Jolie from. No, I really don't. I just don't care. It's really bad.
See, he's had his head under a shillelagh, the guy. What does he know?
That's what I think we have
I don't
in
know
America.
what that means either.
Now, that's what we have, though. I call this celebrity slowing, right? It's like spectator slowing, but with celebrities. We can't wait to see what kind of car crash they make of their lives. We're fascinated by it.
Well, let's change the topic to a non-celebrity topic, okay? Watch, everybody will click their channels now.
No, you're right.
A new report says that some baby boomers aren't giving up smoking pot as they get older, and that others are actually coming back to it as they retire. Who knew so many people suffered from glaucoma?
Exactly.
Danny, now, what do you think about that topic?
Now, this is interesting because just this weekend, I had an elderly lady in the front row of my show who claimed she smoked marijuana regularly. And I said, oh, what's the ailment? And she said she had arthritis in the hands.
Oh, yeah?
And I said, how long have you been smoking dope for? She said, 10 years. And I said, did you ever entertain the possibility that perhaps the arthritis was caused by rolling joints? And she said, that's a very good point.
Or a carpal tunnel at the very least.
Cause and effect.
Well, what do you think it is with baby boomers increasing pot smoking? Is it that they don't want to get old, or they want to go back to the Grateful Dead days? I mean, what is it?
Who wants to get old? I mean, okay, let's face it. But actually, I think take out a headline that they're not smoking pot. These are the same people who've always been smoking pot.
True.
They just got to be older now, and now now they actually have to smoke more pot because they have to try to understand the Medicare benefits. Because that is so confusing.
It focuses you, that's for sure. On the same paragraph.
I got high for this.
At least now I know where my care packages are going. I used to get brownies and cookies all the time. Now I know she's just keeping them.
Well, brownies, oh, baby.
I love the idea of an 80-year-old getting the munchies and just going down in her little scooter.
That's a good time to get high when you're 80. Nobody cares anymore.
I've got some crack cocaine waiting for my 80th birthday, just wrapped up.
Okay, now Sean Penn has been charged with a misdemeanor battery and vandalism after allegedly attacking a photographer in L.A. last year. Now, there's a guy who needs to smoke some pot, okay? This guy is so angry, you know. I mean, Sean has had run-ins. He makes Dick Cheney look like Deepak Chopra.
The more I hear about this guy, the more I like him. Because there's people in this world that like getting the photo taken, and there's people that hate it, and that is a fact. I smashed up a passport booth the other day when it tried to take my photo. I hate getting my photo taken, and I think just take photographs of people.
That's a bit extreme, Danny.
It is a little bit extreme, but you know.
But let's take a look at this video from TMZ of Sean. I like this.
This is gonna be brutal. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get the f out!
Anger management.
The wrong partner.
Yeah. Now, he might have gotten confused with Oscar season and Olympic season and apology season. I think actually maybe it was like he got a gold medal in kicking photography, in like photography bashing.
He's 49 years old.
Yeah.
At some point, isn't it not cool to be the tough guy and keep beating people up? I'm impressed he didn't throw out his back. It's like kicking, but 49, like really enough.
Why not just walk away from the paparazzi?
No,
but they were taking photographs right in his car, weren't they? So that's.
I know.
I do have compassion for him, though. I do think these people, they don't only photograph you, they seek out confrontation. I mean, when you watch like the whole, like whatever, 10 minutes of the footage, you can see, I think that there's some provocation there. So
it's easier to sell a photograph or a video if someone's attacking you, right?
They want him. I think they want him.
But they do that to hundreds of thousands of people, but they just know he's so easy.
He's easy.
Yeah.
He's easy. Okay, thank you very much for stopping by. Up next, Ted and Gail Haggard tell me what they think Tiger Woods can do to save his marriage. How do you like that?